Just take a moment to look over the parts that are included for an Outset ramp. You've got the tile base itself, the 4 tile sides, which will assume you've already prepared with magnet insertion. Please check out the other videos on how to go about that. 3 of the tile sides are the standard height for your tile, mine being the 33mm in this video, and the 4th tile side going from the 33 up to the 93mm. This video can be used for any of the Outset ramps. I'm just using this one as the example. The 2 sides of the ramp, quite self-explanatory with the graded slope. And we've also got the ramp top surface, the slope, and the very top of the ramp. These particular pieces are labelled and also semi-cut. With a semi-cut, all you need to do is separate them, get yourself an emery board or some 120 grit sandpaper and just run along that edge where they've made contact and eliminate any burrs, almost just like cleaning flash or mold lines from a model. So they're the pieces you need, they're the pieces included. Let's move on to assembly. To start with, take the Outset ramp tile base plate and the 2 ramp sides. Ramp sides can only go in one way. Just line your 3 tabs up with the 3 slots and they'll go in. Trying to put them in around the other way simply won't work as none of the tabs and slots line up. All you need to do is take your PVA wood glue and start on that immediate undersurface where it meets the tile surface top, a little on the tabs, and we can put that in. Same with the other side. Just let them sit in there by themselves for the time being. And now we'll move over to the ramp top surface. It's labelled underside and bottom of ramp. So 2 things are going to happen. That's going to be face down, and the bottom of the ramp is going to meet the 33mm tile height surface. So I can start by putting glue on my sloped surfaces on the ramp sides all the way to the bottom. A little on the tabs. Again, bottom of ramp goes into that bottom slot at the 33mm tile height. And then we can lower that down so the tabs and slots line up with the ramp sides. Start by wiping away your excesses now. We're using the PVA wood glue, so it's giving us good working time. Put a little bit of pressure on that. Wipe away that excess glue. Moving over to the masking tape, I'm now going to bind certain sections of this tile in place while it dries. I'm going to start with the ramp at the top, binding it down to that side wall, squeezing out excess glue if there's any left to be pushed out. Do that on both sides. Also going to turn the tile upside down carefully. And I'm going to bind those internal walls. Just so I know I'm getting good pressure and a good bond between that side wall and the tile surface. Don't have to worry about glue on the inside of the tile, nobody's going to see it. Now Now I can move on to the sides of the tile. Just double check, we're all nice and square. Sorry, actually I'm going to move on to the top of the ramp. Again, labelled underside, so that's going to go face down, and again it can only go in one way without leaving any gaps. So putting the glue on that top surface area, a little on the tabs. Squeeze out the excesses, and then I'm just going to bind that together, pushing down, making sure the sides of my ramp are flush. Those tabs and slots will give you that anyway. Make sure the front of my ramp is down nice and flush. Now I can start working on the sides of the tile. I'm going to start at the back. I need to put glue on the inside edge. Sometimes it's good to do a dry run, so you can see where the pieces are making contact and you know where to put glue. I already know, so I'm just going to run through it and keep going. So that's all the internal sides, and I'll also put a little in the tabs, slots. Grab the side of that tile, simply put it in its right spot. Watch your internal corners, make sure they all pull in nice and tight to the tile. Now, take a little bit of time to bind that top of the ramp to that face. Squeeze out that glue, get a good bond. I'm also going to wrap around the side of the ramp onto that face, squeezing out the glue as well. Do that on both sides. And I'm also going to take down from the tile surface onto the side of that tile. Both sides. Then I can continue working on my way around the tile edge. Don't forget about the corners. Again, a dry run does help. I've put together enough tiles, I kind of know where everything goes. Bind that again, that surface down, squeezing out the glue, and also bind the corner together. See that there, sorry about the focus. Pushing and pulling them all together. Again, moving on, another piece of tape out on this end. Gentle squeeze. Moving on to side number 3. Don't forget your corners, a little in the tabs, slots, sorry. There. Again with that tape, binding it in place, one on each end. One on that corner. Last but not least, side number 4. You've got 2 corners this time. Make sure you get glue in all the required places. Bringing everything into place. Tape again, just on that last side. Squeeze that glue out again on the corner. And I'm going to need a bit more. On that side and on that corner. There we go. Pushed all the glue out. Go once over the whole tile, all the way around the outside. Check you've not got any glue that's beaded and is now sitting on the outside waiting to dry, because it's only going to get in the way of your tile butting up against others, and also going to get in the way of any scenery that you're going to build. One last thing I'll do to this tile before I finish is flip it over. On the underside, at the bottom of that ramp, use the glue as a bit of a backfiller and just push it into that gap, into the join. And I'll also do it top side at the top of the ramp where it meets that top surface. Don't have to be fussy about the one underneath the ramp, no one's going to see it, but this top one, I'm going to make sure I push that glue in, and then use our friend the paper towel, wipe away that excess. So that glue is going to set nice and hard across the bottom inside and the top inside of that ramp. Dry nice and hard, and we'll be able to put the biggest of our heaviest vehicles on that ramp, and it's not going to go anywhere. So that's it, done. One Outset ramp. Stay tuned for the next video, guys. See you later.